because like I remember and like no names, but I remember a certain English teacher that um
You don't have to use a
no.
name
When you know, you know.
when you know
And we may not have intellectually respected her, but we respected
her position.
her position. We respected
Hmm.
her authority. We
Hmm.
respected, and like all kinds of fun may have been had later, but never to her face, and never in those moments.
No.
And
Mm-mm.
the like we can debate at a later date whether behind the back was necessarily, but we're kids, so I'm going to give
We
us
were
some grace
mean
for that.
teenagers.
Yes, we were typical.
Yeah.
But we never questioned that authority to her face.
Mm-mm. I don't know that we ever questioned her authority. We questioned her delivery,
Not to her face.
not to her face. No, 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 never to her face. No, but we respected the position enough not to do that. But yeah, we did not like, you know, some of the things.
Right. Well, like lots of the things, and that's okay. We don't have to.
Right.
That's the whole point. There were classes that we didn't like because we didn't like them, whether or not
Hmm.
it had anything to do with the delivery. It was more of a
Hmm.
personal affinity. That's
Right.
fine. We have that right to like and dislike. We don't have the right to have everyone else's worlds rearranged because I'm not particularly enjoying this subject.
Right.
And
Exactly.
and that's not the case anymore. Like we've taken away grades, we've taken away scoring in sports, we've taken away all of the creative things that actually help kids learn and grow and like develop a curiosity and a love of learning and take
The
away
natural. Mhm.
right. Here, just give them a cell phone. And the the amount of meltdowns that I'm seeing, and okay, we're calling them meltdowns now. We used to call them fits,
Temper
um,
tantrums.
temper
It's
tantrums. Yeah. And I like temper tantrum best because that's exactly what it is.
mhm.
It's not, oh, big emotions. Yeah, it is. It's a big production. When you lose the right, like, oh, you had 2 hours of video time and now it's time to unplug it, and you throw that kind of explosive behavior, it does not fit the situation. We were always like, oh, you can't tell me how to feel.
So,
Wait.
and that's part of the rejection dysphoria or disorder,
That
rejection
you
sensitivity. That because they feel like they're being rejected because they're no longer being allowed to do what validates them.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think we actually know a
I
lot.
mean, I'm just trying to figure out how
And,
this new label
well,
is.
and like kind of going back to our original conversation about, like, we used to call it oppositional defiance disorder, where there'd
Mhm.
be like an extreme angry outbursts, and
Right.
because of a very minor correction or a
Hmm.
perceived correction. And
Hmm.
so I'm like, okay, what is the difference between oppositional defiance and rejection sensitivity? And are we just like changing? Because when we first started talking about oppositional defiance and we like turned it into a diagnostic tool, it was like it has very specific criteria, which to me the intention in it always was a little bit malicious. Like the kid knows they're being, a little.
Yes.
And,
Yeah.
and I don't think that that's fair to the kids either because they don't know why they're blowing up. They're just suddenly unable to control themselves.
They can't regulate
They can't
their
regulate.
emotions.
Right.
Okay.
They can't even identify their emotions. So the idea that
Right.
we're going to slap this on them like, oh, it's malicious. You're just being a little, right? I don't think that's fair to the kids. So
Right.
maybe ODD and RSD need to kind of be combined into like a little bit more of, because I could very much see like you're embarrassed, you feel uncomfortable, you don't know what to do with it, and you boom, and
Yeah.
it's not like mommy said no, so I'm gonna go break all of the TVs in the house.
Well, there are those people that do that,
Well,
but
yes, they are, but we don't usually like that's a way different disorder. That's not oppositional defiance.
okay, okay. Well, I always balked at that, and sorry, my love, my son, but you're going to be my example. Um, because his doctors kept trying to diagnose him with ODD, and I just said no. We're not going to give him a crutch, and we're not going to label him for whatever reasons. He's not going to carry that through, because that will go through school with him. And as soon as somebody sees that, well, he's going to be thrown in a certain program that he has no business being in. Um, Now, and this is me again, not that I know better than the mental health
Time
world.
out. Back to everything
Okay.
that we're saying. You know him better than anybody else in the mental health. Like you know your own kid. That's like
Yeah.
one of the hills we're
Mm-hmm.
putting our flag in is that parents, you know them best.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Right.
back to
Yeah. Well, and absolutely.